There's been a lot of mix-ups,
There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
Sure.
The rules have not changed. They have been the same
rules.
Yes. The website is there for you guys, speedqb.com/format. Is that what it was? So that's where you guys are going to find those rules at. The top of the page, it says it right there. You guys can see the rules. They've been the same rules we've been implementing the whole time. We're just enforcing them.
Is there
I think more. Maybe
rule
that might be
they're
the
questioning
thing.
Or have,
I'm not sure. That was just a comment that came in here. Yeah.
No, Speedos are not allowed.
All right,
Facebook,
thank you guys for joining us over there on Facebook, episode 95 to Tax City Live. Let's get the show started here. You guys can follow us on all the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Vero, at Tax City Airsoft for all of those platforms there. Definitely make sure you're following us on all those platforms because we do different things on those different pages there. There's specials on some pages that don't show up on other pages, and you guys want to be in tune with everything here we're doing at Tax City, so follow us on all of those platforms there. Quick thing for the Pro Shop, we had a big e-bike restock recently for all of their consignment products. So the cabinet upstairs in the tech department and the 2 cabinets downstairs.
We got F1.
We got them in blue, red, and a black and red option. Now we did get a couple more APS shotguns in here.
Thunder Ranch. Did we get the Thunder Ranch?
We did not get the Demo Ranch.
Yeah.
The Demolition Ranch. It's all right, I got you. We did not get a Demolition Ranch version of it, but we do have the F1s.
I think that's coming actually.
Yes, they're still not 100% out. We did get some Felcors in. We did get some interesting pistols. There's a 3.8 AW 1911 security pistol thing. It's pretty cool looking down there.
Okay.
There's an APS and a carbine kit for you guys complaining about rifles on pistol nights. No, they're not a pistol. It's a carbine kit. You can put a pistol in a rifle-looking body. But definitely... there's some options down there. Definitely check those out. But today, guys, we're doing the same thing we've been doing all month. Roundtable discussion. Today we have SYG in with us. Eric, Sosa, Poseidon, and Demo are joining us here on the table.
Why is call me my real name? I have a cool nickname too.
Sapo, I'm sorry, Sapo. I'm sorry.
Eric. There's Eric.
I mean,
Another Eric?
I mean, it's that professional level Eric that like you're now like playing like behind the scenes. So we go to that level now. Coach Eric, there we go.
When the hat's forward, he's Eric or Sapo.
Sorry, Eric or Sapo. But we do want to give you guys a full head up that Speed QB October 14th is tournament day, guys. Doors will be opening at 7 o'clock in the morning for all your pre-filled walks because no one is getting a preview of the field till 7 o'clock that morning. So make sure you guys are tuning in early and coming down there and getting yourself the coffee and everything you need and be ready for tournament because it's going to be a long day. And then captain's meetings at 9?
At 9.
9 o'clock.
And first game will be starting sharp at 10 o'clock
10 o'clock sharp. And so broadcast guys will be probably starting right around 9:30 as long as everything is going smooth for us. So you guys can join us there on Facebook Live. Hopefully Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I'm working behind the scenes right now to get those running for you as well. But this weekend, before we even get to Speed QB, October 6th, we're having our Airsoft Expo down here.
This
Saturday, yeah.
Damn.
So $5 is going to get you 5 games of play. We've got a lot of vendors coming down here, setting up some booths out front, some really good deals going on, some really good prizes given away. We're actually going to be doing a huge boneyard sale from the tech department, clearing out a lot of stuff. So definitely make sure you guys come down and check out all the cool stuff and support all the local dealers that are coming down here for that. On October 13th, we are going to be at Grover Stadium in Anaheim for the Orange County Canine Association fundraiser. Definitely, guys, stop by, say hi if you guys are going to be heading down there. October 20th, we will be at Airsoft Con, bringing you guys some really cool Speed QB kind of action play style with a little twist to it there at the event. So you guys come by the booth, say hi for us and everything. We might even have the Speed QB champions from this year joining us at the booth for a little bit, maybe signing some autographs, maybe doing something special for you guys.
We may have them here right now.
Well, that's very possible. And then October 21st, we do
hear
have...
from LTD. You know that, don't you?
Well, I'm waiting to see what.
Just kidding, guys.
Airsoft Expo. I'm sorry. Boot camp is on the 21st. And then October
They love it.
27th, guys, we are having a Halloween event. So definitely we'll get more details as we get a little closer to the Halloween event. But it will be involving zombies and Nerf guns and all
rivals.
all
Yeah.
ages. And we'll have a morning session for the younger crowd and an evening session for a little bit more scary crowd. And we were just looking at some special effects this morning.
Yeah.
And so we've got some cool things
projections.
going on. But that's everything we got for housekeeping.
Finally.
Speed QB. Yes.
Finally.
I tried to rush through it, guys. I tried to get through it.
While we're on the subject of that Halloween thing, have you guys been to an escape room before?
We just
have.
actually did it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I've
like
been
all the
going- I've
managers.
been going every week for like 8 weeks.
What?
Every weekend.
Are you addicted? Do we need to have
It's
like
just,
a intervention
it's
for
a
you?
good, It's a good workout for your brain.
Which one
like,
did you go to?
You don't normally think about.
Yeah.
how to escape
Which
a
one
room.
did you?
Which one did you go to?
Did you go to?
I've been to a gang of them.
Did you
You go
do the
to
full-
Fox in the Box out
I
here?
haven't been to any out here in Orange County.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
one in
So apparently,
Pasadena.
according to them, because they have a lot of flyers, a lot of in Southern California in their location, other companies, they said one of the scariest ones, more the horror kind of flavor, is there's one in Fullerton itself that they said that everybody gets scared out of their mind. That some people only finish it because they're scared. I don't know. They
Do you
say
happen
it's
to
scary.
know the name of it?
I don't, but it's in Fullerton. It's
I'll
another
look
one in
it up.
Fullerton, right?
I'm there.
Because I asked them about the the dungeon in L.A. and all this stuff, and they said this one. They say all these guys who go to escape rooms all the time. That's the one as far as
I'm
horror.
saying it'd be cool if like you somehow mixed
Yeah,
in
that's the
escape
one,
room with
basement, right. That's what I
airsoft.
asked them about.
So, well, we have done the aftershock event
Oh,
where
that's
it's a
right.
little bit of that escape room kind of
Yeah, yeah.
mentality and things like that.
But you can get shot.
Yeah, you
Right.
could get shot. So this
Yeah.
time around, what we're doing it is we're opening up to kind of give people a little bit more experience to come down and be able to shoot things and just get a little bit more frightened. And so,
Yeah, it won't be more.
kids,
It won't be escape room types where there's like more thinking involved.
we
right?
do have a couple things that we're going to throw some curveballs at you that I've been working on, some gimmicks and some things to kind of make it a little bit more exciting, limiting your round count that you might have, giving you guys flashlights with no batteries, got to find batteries like on the field, and pitch black filled kind of thing. So it's gonna be a fun experience for sure. But you
won't be
be
target practice.
Yeah, you won't be shot at. So like for people like you want to bring the girlfriends kind of thing, and they don't want to get shot by airsoft guns, they can have that. And then kids, we want to introduce kids to this kind of sport as well. So 6 and up for the younger session in the morning.
Mega darts.
Yeah, with the Mega Darts system that they're going to be able to run around. We're not going to be as scary, but
Be more like Scooby Doo scary.
yeah, think of it that way. That's the way to put it. But that's coming up, so we do have some cool things. But yeah, we completed.
Walking Dead at night and
Yeah, I would say about
the-
the escape room. We had 6 seconds left on the clock
Did both
when
of
we
them. We did 2
defeated-
different rooms and
Yeah.
got out of both of them.
Got out of both of them, but at 6 seconds left, the bomb almost went off, and we just were able to get it. Yeah, so the big shout out to all the managers here that we went and did that, and we were able to complete it and not kill each other. So it was
I
a
was
good.
taking notes. The whole idea was I brought them out there to see how they work together or whatever, and it was kind of funny to watch. I kind of sat back a little bit, kind of observed more than participated, but I was impressed that they got out of it. I was surprised, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
so Angel here on Tax City Airsoft says, when's the next Speed QB tournament? October 14th, guys. That's what we've been talking about all month here, October 14th. Less than 2 weeks. So,
So spectators are welcome, of course, because all 24 slots are filled.
yeah.
The only thing that's left right now is there's still substitute tickets that are available for purchase. So if you're planning on having substitutes for your team, go on speakeasy.com and then substitute tickets are available there.
Yeah, so definitely substitute tickets, $25 a head, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And so definitely if you guys are needing substitutes, make sure you guys get that in before tournament day. Is there a cutoff day for that?
I
Are we
think
going all the way to
Yeah,
tur-
there is a cutoff date. Off top, I don't remember.
Okay.
But it's probably, I would say, well, there's only, what, 2 weeks left?
Less than 2 weeks, yeah, less than 2 weeks.
It's on the website.
Okay.
It's clearly stated in the
On
product
the website.
description.
Awesome. So definitely speedqb.com, guys, to get that rest of that information. But I do want to give you guys a full rundown of the teams, of the 24 teams that are going to be competing before we get into the conversation. We've got LTD, SYG,
This
SOAS.
is the order as well,
This is
too.
the order, yes. This is the rankings from 1st to 24th. So SOAS, 1 shot, 1 kill. LTD, 2. Union. Oh, wait, S&M is on here. We were having the conversation. So there was a little bit of confusion there. So S&M there for 7th position. Murder Inc., Chaos, Thermal, Captive, Legacy, Black Sheep Airsoft, 13 Thieves, Team Official, Murder Inc. 2, Streamline, Doma, Team will be updated for 19 position. We don't have the name yet for them. Drip Airsoft is at 20. Yeet is at 21. Profit at 22. CY Airsoft at 23. And 24, rounding us off, is Captive 2. So those are going to be the teams competing in this year's tournament, guys.
Going for the belt.
So definitely go back, watch the tapes, look at their pages. Get the research done now and start doing your homework, guys, because tournament's going to be a very big event for us here, and we want to make sure you guys are doing.
Strong suggestion for the teams competing. When you know you have time in between your games scheduled, look at the other teams on the field and do your homework. Watch for their tendencies. Watch for their habits. See how they play certain situations. See how they play certain parts of the field, because that'll all come into play later on. Right, do your homework. Especially maybe the teams that you haven't seen a lot of, or the lesser known teams, because you may not have a lot of footage on them. Right.
Question that's coming through about the rules, kind of reiterating a little bit on that. Feathering. Where's the rules on feathering for tournament wise and everything?
As far as the way the rules are written, all that's stated in the rules is that one pull equals one shot.
Right.
So we've never really said anything, where feathering is not allowed, but
your grip does have to be around that.
Yeah, we do talk about the placement of the hand, so you can't just stick your finger in the trigger guard and go like that.
Yeah. It just looks stupid too if you do that. So whether or not it's legal.
Right. So we just basically, you have to grip the hand grip fully. Whatever you do with the fingers at that point is whatever you do.
Yeah.
To be honest, you should be able to shoot fast enough with one finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, accurate if you're just doing this stuff.
I used to do all that, but
yeah,
I
you
don't
got
really
good.
do it
That's
Not
the thing. I got Chaos Airsoft Speed coming in from Costa Rica saying taxating SYG. You are awesome. Thanks for joining us, buddy. But I do want to start off the conversation with knowing about your guys' history with Airsoft, how you guys got started. We've been talking to all the teams, where they got started, how it kind of developed for them there. But I know we've had you and Demo on the live stream before in the past, but just to refresh people who might have not seen the show or, in the past, when did you get started? How long have you been playing?
Well, the reason why I brought these guys up here, Demo's been here before, but Sosa and Poseidon, they're part of the new crew too. What I kind of call the new generation of SYG.
2.0?
Yeah, 2.0. I don't really necessarily want to say 2.0. I think we're very much the same team, but things just happened a couple seasons ago. Players get older, you got more responsibilities, and with SpeedQB and everything, there's a few guys that kind of went away from the SYG side, and they focus on SpeedQB. And some of those players shout out Rome, shout out Royce, Maggot, and of course we still have Chef, we still have Lefty, Rooster's still with us. So right now, who are we missing today? Just Rooster? Yeah. Oh, and Marty. Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna be here too. Yeah. So yeah, Marty's our most recent addition to the team. Marty McFly, number 55. So I think the story that most people are familiar with is just the old school OG North El Monte days. Sosa was there.
So what about you personally?
Oh, me personally.
We'll go around the room. All
right. Well,
tell us.
As most people already know, I play paintball. I competed from about 2001 up until 2005, Huntington Beach and MPPL. I quit because I was just in school that time. I was grinding, so I didn't really have time to travel and play paintball and attend tournaments. It just got to be too much because I was just focused on school. And then what happened was one day I started, I was a freelancer, so I had time. I got my work done. I'm like, I'm going to go play paintball right now. And I went to HSP, and I didn't take Airsoft seriously as a paintballer. That's just how the culture is, especially back then, But it's kind of a weird coincidence because I at the time I was working on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 at Treyarch. So I figured might as well use it to do some research. I bought some guns over at EVIC, and then was looking for a local place to play by my house. And then I found the original El Monte Tac City OG North. Mm-hmm. And then, so I started playing. I brought Rome with me. After that, we brought Lefty. And then after that, Rome's brother Royce came and played. So that was the original 4. Now, these are guys that just didn't have, other than me, they had no experience they didn't even play video games at that point. You know what I'm saying? So like we were very raw at that point, and I feel like at that moment in time, like there was nothing really like us in terms of just like these guys that came out of nowhere and were playing super aggressive. And the team that Sosa was on at the time, ML, they kind of noticed us and they started challenging us. And we're like, cool, you know, like, because what happened was we played a certain way and people didn't really like it. They're like, oh, why are you so aggressive? And I think they liked it. So we said, hey, let's set up a time and, you know, just squad versus squad. And we did. It was so fun, you know, like, and that's when the first Big Boy Thursdays, or that's when we started doing that, because all of us wanted to shoot from very close distance. Like we didn't care. We weren't going to complain about it. It was like a mutual understanding. Like we're going to come and get each other and just, you know, highlight reel type stuff, you know. And then, you know, the original four. Then we had, you know, players like Maggot that we met, Pirate, CKP Russian. They all joined up. Chef. Rusto was already in the scene too. He was on MIA, right? And then, and then he moved away for school, and then he came back, and that's when he joined the team. So that's fast forward to Irwindale. That's when they were still in ML. That's when I met Dom.
I was on ML still.
Yeah, and then I was also playing at South, and that's when I met Demo. And I started to feel like, oh, something's happening here. Like, we're not, you know, really out there as active as we used to be, whether we were burnt out or we just had a lot. You know, we're really busy guys, you know, like outside of even what we do with SpeakyB, like we have other jobs and stuff. And I just started to realize, like, okay, well, it's starting to feel like it's time to build a new team. And I think that really, I started to really feel that as soon as Irwindale closed, and then we were just playing here. Because I was coming to play, and then just everybody's schedule was so hectic that I'd be here, and it'd just be me and some other guy, and two guys. And that's not how I wanted SYG, or that's not how we wanted SYG to be represented on the field. So I started paying close attention to social media, scouting talent. I feel like when I see talent, I know it's there. You know, all of these guys are just awesome players in their own right. And now where we are today, like, you know, we made our first appearance as like the new squad, kind of like in the spring tournament, right? Yeah. Even was it before that even? Like,
Before.
Yeah, maybe one event before that too. And then, you know, we were still a little rough around the edges for a while because it's a new team, right? The chemistry's different. Everybody had different skills, and we took probably like a year and a half to figure out who is good at what. And I think I would say a couple of months ago, everything finally clicked, and we're like, okay, we know exactly what we're good at. We know who to play where, and there's always certain archetypes on SYG. Like there's the pure, aggressive, just rush type player. You know, there's the more calculated, defensive style player, and there's some people that are in between. And we've managed to find people to fill in all those gaps, and I'm really proud of these guys for what they've become. Not that I wasn't proud of them before that, but like,
Right.
you know,
How they're coming together.
yeah, they're just a really talented group of guys, you know, and I'm really fortunate to have them on SYG.
Cool.
So that's kind of where we are today.
What about you, Sosa? What'd you
Yeah, how did it all start for you, Sosa?
I started back in El Monte before it was actually Airsoft Playground. I actually met Sonny there. I've known Sonny for years.
I remember when you were playing, when you barely could pick up your pants.
Yeah. I was a lot shorter. I was a lot younger back then, so you know, just playing there. I joined ML Airsoft. I played with them throughout the years. Then we started talking SYG, and we started those Big Boy Thursdays. And then once, you know, Tax City El Monte closed and they moved over to Irwindale, that's when they came to us and we started doing the first BQB events, and that was really cool too. And we did that for a while. Dominic and I, that's when I met Dominic, and then I picked him up on my team at the time. We just kept playing. Then, you know, Irwindale closed, and everybody just didn't want to come to South because it was too far for them. So Dominic and I kept playing, and then we met up with Eric, and then Eric started, you know, showing interest in us, and then, you know, we made it on the team.
Pause, bro.
A lot. And then we're here now.
Nice. What about you? When did you start playing? And
So for me, I just like Sosa, I started at Airsoft Playground before it was Tax City, but I wasn't as known. I wasn't on ML yet or anything like that. I remember playing like maybe my second day there, getting shot by some little girl in a dye mask that had like really long hair. But Turns out I went into the staging room and it was Sosa. He almost made me quit Airsoft that second day of playing, thinking I got shot in the ankles by some little girl, but it ended up being Sosa.
Ankle biter.
And then I kind of fell off the radar for a little bit, only because of distance and how young I was. I didn't have transportation on my own back then. But eventually got into Irwindale, and ML was already established. That was when they were wearing their spaceman outfits. Yeah. They were wearing all grays. SYG was already well established playing SpeedQB, and here I was playing against them on a public night. They'll start playing. All of a sudden, I'm on the opposite team because I was maybe an equal or greater opponent to them, but nobody else on my team was willing to stay on the field when they were on the field, so I'd be on the other side. And I think that's when ML took notice of me and was like, all right, well, this kid's actually staying for the beating, playing during these burst games where it's at 350 feet per second at 30 rounds a second, you know. So they were like, all right, 30. They were like, well, this kid's taking a beating, might as well put him on the team and have him on our team and bag on other people, right? So played there. Maybe 2 months in, Sosa was like, so Dom, you're in charge of the second team. Being 2 months on, I was like, all right, sounds good to me. It only took about a week for me to make it onto the big boy team, onto Squad A for the Spacemen. Yep. I was running X back then, you know, when the knees were good. No, I'm just playing. But like you said, once, yeah, you know, diving. I was the only one diving.
Still on your knees? What?
Jeez.
But like Sosa said, Irwindale shut down. That was the closest one to me, and that was already an hour and 30 minutes from where I live. So driving out here every so often, play with Sosa, and eventually Eric saw us together playing and picked us up. So I've been on SYG ever since. Been enjoying it. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
You know, it's funny you're talking about like playing on other teams and playing against other teams and getting noticed. Even the rest of your team is horrible or pathetic, or whatever. We get questions all the time, like, how do I get onto a team? How do I start a team? How do I join a team? Whatever. And it happened for us in paintball as well. It's like you play walk-ons, and if you're good, you stand out above the rest. And whether it's teams, organized teams on the other side, they notice you because you stand out. Even a lone wolf by itself, meaning, you know, your team's getting waxed, but you're like one of the last guys that's always they got to worry about. That's how you stand out. That's how you get noticed, right?
Yeah. See, that's the whole thing, is that you don't go seeking a team will find you.
If you're good, they'll find you.
It's the people that, and even if that team finds you, that's not a promise that you're going to be on the team. You have to be able to mesh well with that team. Yeah, for ML. Ooh. I prospected for ML for about 8 months until Sosa was finally like, all right, this guy.
I mean, but that goes to show. I mean, that you're taking it seriously as a team. We were talking to LTD last show, and they were talking about how some of their prospects could be there for a year, kind of thing, because they want to make sure, like, are these people serious? Do they really want to be here? Because if they're going to hold out for the whole year, being a prospect, going through all the stuff, then yeah, they're being serious.
Are they going to whine that they're not getting playing time or playing with the number one team? Right?
Yeah, and so I mean, that's one way to definitely see and take it serious, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So. Demo, how did it all start for you with the sport?
So I think I started playing Airsoft back when I was 13 or 14, running around like in the neighborhood.
Springers?
Springers. Sketchiest thing ever. We're buying guns from like
Ice Cream Man, right?
ice cream truck. Yeah, ice cream trucks.
The La Mirada swap meet. That's what actually. Yeah.
My ice cream truck.
The La Mirada swap meet. That's where I started. Like,
there, swap meet, all that.
They had $2 Springers, and I was playing in my grandma's backyard with like all my cousins, and we like $20. We all got.
Beach Boulevard?
No, the La Mirada one. Santa Fe Springs. Yeah, right in
well,
there.
Even at South El Monte, the ice cream man that showed up, he would sell like little cheap, I forget, like $1.
Yeah, little tiny thing. And they barely shot 100 FPS,
hey, big
but you were
perm.
still having fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sell
how,
me a airsoft gun.
That's how I started. And the sketchiest thing to me now is like thinking back, we didn't have like a backyard to play in. but I had a bunch of kids in my neighborhood, and we all had really big front yards. So we're literally running around the neighborhood.
In the
front
front
yard.
yard.
Cars are
with guns.
passing
Yeah.
by, and we'll just like wait it out a little bit, and they pass, and we just go back to war.
It's that movie
Yeah, it's
car.
car, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
tuck the gun behind you.
And then
Game on.
the older I got, the more I kind of saw like, I think one of my friends went to the swap meet and picked up some electric MP5, like some cheap China clone. And I just remember tripping. I was like, yo, that thing shoots full auto. Like,
Full auto.
Yeah,
That's like,
what the
whoa,
heck?
full auto.
and then, yeah, it was the slowest rate of fire ever.
Pop, pop,
Slowest
pop,
rate-
pop,
Plastic,
pop, pop.
plastic gearbox and all. Yeah.
Charger didn't work, you know. But yeah. So from that, I kind of got into it a little bit more, and it wasn't until I'd say my senior year of high school, freshman year of college, that I started to kind of step out of, well, actually go out and play. I was old enough now. I went to Airsoft Playground. I was a scrub, so I was going to Mount Sac my freshman year of college, and I went to Airsoft GI to kind of shop around. That was my first step into a real like Airsoft store.
Yeah.
And then I ended up at El Monte, and I just remember, it's so crazy how things work out. I just remember seeing someone in all black, I think it was Maggot, sliding across the floor, and I just went to watch that day, and I was like, yo, what the heck? Like, who? Airsoft in my mind has always been like tactical.
Yeah.
So to see that, I was like, what in the world? I got to get into this. Got into it.
It looked more athletic that way, right?
Yeah. I got messed up, and I grew up playing sports my whole life. So playing basketball, I was like, that looks fun. Like, I don't have to, you know, wear the helmet. I don't have to be super tactical. So I was like, all right, cool, that looks fun. I went, I got wrecked, didn't like it, and then took a break, found out about Tac City South, and it's pretty close to me. So I've been playing here for years, man. And it's weird because I remember kind of starting to make a name for myself. It was weird. Me and Marty were kind of playing alongside each other. And once Irwindale shut down, I remember it was Roosta and Lefty came over to play here, and they were headhunting me. And I'll never forget. They're like, yo, we need to get this dude.
That was intentional. Just let you
Yeah, no, I know. I knew it, and I knew it was. Because I was like, yo, they're coming for me. And I just remember playing. I hear, you know, Pat, I hear Rooster's like, these in the back. And they both just like sandwiched me. I'm like, damn. But ever since that day, I think that was like when did Irwindale close down? What year was that?
It was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Something told me ever since that day, I was like, okay, I'm going to be playing with SYG a lot more. And then here I am now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've been playing speech. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've
If
been
they don't
playing.
even notice you, then you're not even on
It's
the
crazy,
radar.
yeah.
right?
I've been playing. I'm fairly new to Speed QB. I've always been a fan of it. I've always been into it. Never been able to go to it.
We talked about it
Yeah.
when you were on the show because when you came on to one of our earlier shows, you just did a video about your first Speed
My
QB
first
thing,
Speed
and
QB.
it was
that was actually last year.
just
wasn't
about
it?
a year ago.
Last
Yeah, just about a year
Yeah.
ago.
And what's funny is, I didn't want to reveal to the world then that I was going to be playing with SYG the next session.
Yeah.
But that was my surprise, and
Yeah.
here I am now. It's crazy.
And so let's talk about the future of the sport because now we've heard about your guys' history in it, but the future has grown so quickly with the sport. You guys at Speed QB in general, you guys have created a whole nother product that has evolutionized the way we see the guys running their equipment on the field now. It's not about the tactical stuff like you were talking about. It's not about all this military, realistic kind of stuff. It's about function over looks in that sense. But don't get me wrong, the stuff looks good too. We've got the flashy colors. We see a lot of different things. The guns you guys are building nowadays, the things we're doing to them, the tracer units are getting smaller and more compact into guns now. But where do we want to see the future of the sport actually go? You could start. You're like,
Well, I like the growth. I see. Well, I'm on YouTube all the time, obviously, and I get tagged in a lot of stuff. I get sent a lot of links, and at this moment, Speed QB is worldwide.
Yeah.
I watched like a 30-minute documentary of Airsoft in Japan, and they're wearing Speed QB gear.
Yep.
And there's people in Spain on outdoor fields raking out patches of dirt just to build like Speed QB fields. So it's worldwide, and you know
New Zealand, UK.
and they're going hard out there.
From the streams,
Yeah.
when we're doing the broadcast of you guys
Always
is
trying
playing, I've got people from Thailand,
Portugal,
UK,
this last
Scotland,
weekend.
Portugal,
Yeah, they're going
Costa Rica is
hard.
joining us on here. I mean, we've got it all
Yeah.
across the world. Speed QB is a house brand. That's just like it's a household brand that is across the board now. And so it's crazy that it's growing to that level.
Yeah. So, well, one thing I want to see is, I mean, this national tournament, it's amazing. We have teams traveling out here. I know Ren, shout out Flipsoft, he's traveling down here from Japan. But if we can get teams from worldwide, let's say there's tournaments or Speak QB sessions going on all throughout the world. Tax City is the home for the world championship.
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be amazing.
So
It's crazy
that's
stuff.
I'm glad you point that out because with PQB guys, I want to see if we can start implementing the words World Championship, because truly is meaning we have all these countries that are doing their own versions. Some are branded Speak QB, some are not, but the style is everywhere, and that's great for all of us, right? But what I want to do is if we brand it as the World Championships, then they know that, okay, that's great that you're the Japan champion, whatever, but hey, it's not the World Championship. If you really are going to be a world champion, as opposed to other sports, other than like World Cup, it will be a World Championship, meaning countries will be represented like no other. And I think that'll separate us from everyone else, regionals and other events.
And I feel there's definitely an audience for it. I was in Taiwan actually for the G&G's World Cup, and it was just their Asian Cup, and there was teams from all over Russia. I mean, the presence in Taiwan alone was amazing.
Yeah.
So to see that many people come out just for, and they're shooting targets.
Right.
So to see that many people come out just for that, the only thing I could think of was like, imagine Speak QB on this scale.
Yeah.
Because I know that was just the Asia Cup, but the World Cup, the U.S. team gets flown out there, and there's teams from all over the world. So I was like, imagine like Speak QB like this.
You know what's real exciting? I'm shout out to G&G, but in a lot of ways they've been doing that for many years.
Yeah.
Is a lot of that is I don't want to say orchestrated, but basically these teams are it's how do I put this? It's not as organic as Speak QB. These teams coming from, they're doing it on their own dime. They're doing it with no backing whatsoever, right? Where that one's
Yeah, they were really
Yeah.
competing really serious.
But like you said, it's more of like an expedition kind of thing
where
where
they're getting back to make almost like attending an event and being represented by their sponsors or whatever, and calling it a world championship, target shooting, whatever. But in our neck of the woods, this Speak QB, literally teams are trying to have their eye on Speak QB here. They have their eye. I guarantee you, these other countries, their long-term goal is to get here. Yeah. They want to see how good they are, or who's the best in their country or their state, and then they're gonna. I know for a fact they're gonna figure out a way to get here and represent. Like, you know what? Damn, we're the New Zealand champions. We beat these other 10 teams, whatever. If you're competitive, any competitive bone in your body, you're gonna at one point think, yeah, we're best New Zealand, but how good are we really? That's why, like a World Cup in paintball, right? Everybody talks about these regional tournaments, whatever, but they all come to World Cup. Like, how good are we really?
It blows me away because last tournament, some of the numbers we had, like we had over 500 people watching live on the stream, and then where it's almost at 800, almost 900,000 people have actually clicked into the video and watched the Speed QB tournament from last year in July. And so, and what we've done to grow this in this whole year since to this tournament, it's crazy. I'm so excited to be part of it at the level that I'm at, and being up there watching you guys grow this sport and play harder, more aggressive, and tactically, and seeing like when we talk crap about like what are you doing, what are these, then seeing that next tournament you guys make the adjustment, and you guys are learning from it. That's the thing that I love seeing, because you guys, not just you guys, but in general, the sport is taking it seriously. They want to be better. They want to get better. And so there's a lot of room for this to grow, but I'm excited to see what the future holds for us, for sure.
So where do you guys, in 5 years, fast forward 5 years, not just your team, but like what do you envision the battle for the belt in 5 years looking like? Like how many teams, from where? I mean, what do you see it looking like in 5 years? Like how big and what aspect? I mean, you see us on TV? Do you see
Bigger diversity.
Yeah.
Some way. There's younger players now that are starting to play. When I first started playing Speed QB, a bunch of older players, more veteran players, playing and beating up on each other, and you would see the little kids, they're scared and timid to go out there and get shot. But now I see them everywhere. They're going hard, like they're shooting players like in back, like nothing, like just being savages. And it's insane to me, like, because when I started playing, there was nothing like that. Just like
starting younger and younger and
yeah,
younger.
younger and
Well,
younger.
does that like make you guys nervous that because being the older guys of the thing that you guys might get outrun pretty soon, and like one of those situations where you have to take that step back and let the younger generation take the next leap forward for us?
Any team can count us to a foot race.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
That's where skill comes into play. We
Yeah.
have these younger kids that are just running around. I see them just running the barriers, rushing all the time, but they're not playing tactically. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can be fast on the field and not play tactically.
Skill will always trump physical ability. If you have both, that's great, but skill will always
Experience.
I would give you the
Experience, yeah.
example in paintball again. It's like there's times where we have the slowest guys on the field, but we knew exactly how, okay, we take 5 steps this way out of the gate. We can keep this guy who's making us full sprint to the 50 out of that bunker with just 5 steps, right? Working smarter. Do I need to go run out there and run to this fight for the same bunker? I mean, it'd be nice, but if I can't, and I know he's going to go there using experience, and smarts, I'll just take the kill there and then walk to the bunker.
And see, that's the difference between an inexperienced player and an experienced player. Like how I play, I mean, I like to keep people guessing. I'll rush up. I'll move my feet so quick that you think I'm gonna hit you so fast, but I'll come up on your left side and smash you. You know? Like
He's going to drop the mic now. Watch.
Well, me and you were going on one of the public days. I was like, I'm going to take this channel. I'm like,
Yep.
nope, I didn't make it. There was no way I made it down that channel with you coming at me from the opposite side. There was no way.
So, like I said, I mean, people have in their mind, like, I'm going to go from A to B and get this player out. But what's your C option? What are you going to do after you get that player out? And
What
are
does
you
that
just
do
gonna
for
be-
you? What does
yeah.
that for your team? Just
So
because you can, you don't.
You get a 1-for-1, but then now they have you out,
Yeah.
and
You
you
might
might
have
have been a
left that-
crucial player on.
You left that side
yeah,
open now, and
exactly.
then, yeah, there's a lot of things that come with that. So,
We were talking on the broadcast. The analogy that always comes out is checkers and chess, right? But this last Sunday I said, well, okay, not only the advanced players play chess, but in Speed QB it is speed chess, like you see in the park. So we see a lot of the beginning teams. They're trading pieces, like okay, bunker hit this, that, whatever. But they don't play it out that okay after these 5 trades, what the field or the board looks like at that point. They don't realize after that, boom, 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 boom. Oh shit, we're down 3-1.
All they have
Didn't
are
look
pawns left.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a good way to put it. Yeah.
Exact- So I mean, it's speed chess. Like you don't just trade just to trade. Make the right trades in the right spots at the right time, and play that out like if you know you're going to run to this bunker or you're going to take this guy out. You should be already envisioning like when I take that guy out because I walk the field in advance that I've already decided I'm going to either take that spot and then when I get to that spot because I walk the field I already know what it looks like from that spot that I got shots on this and this and you're already lining up your kills before you even get to the first one to start the chain. But a lot of people are playing checkers where like all their attention on the guy right in front of them, yeah, I got him. Now what? And then the good teams like you guys are at LTD, if say they take one of you guys out, they fill that hole right away. That window closes. By the
There's
time
a
you're
fill.
thinking about what to do, opportunity's gone. Right?
So one of the questions that's come in, I want to get back to it here. Is there something like an entry level for tournaments? So I know if we're talking about future-wise, I know we've discussed like what are the kind of things, but is that something that we could possibly see as more teams coming from the younger ages and things like that?
I think that's going to have to happen because it's not going to be fair, especially if it is worldwide and you have these younger teams coming in from all across the world and then they have to come play against LTD or play against. I won't feel good about it either, you know. So, just like other any other sport, there's going to be hopefully there'll be like divisions, whether it's like, rookie. I don't want to use the word rookie, but like maybe like
Amateur
pro or like Division 1, 2, 3, and that all depends on how much everything grows.
Sure.
Like
We need some more teams to have deeper divisions right now.
I'd like to add to that because I was one of the team members that went to Arizona for their tournament, and it's a whole different dynamic out there. They don't know, they didn't realize how fast those games were until both Cali teams were on the field. And out there, their spectators are on both sides of the field, and they're able to stand on the barriers and watch. And I remember making that first push on the right side once I got that right corner player out, and I did that slide and got the rest of the team out within about 20 seconds of the game starting. And all I heard was everybody, oh!
They were in shell shock, right? They were shell shocked, right?
Like they don't know how fast the games are until they see it
Yeah.
personally, Like I could only imagine other teams in other countries and other states.
That's the thing. I'm
So you
very
experience it.
interested to see how the rest of the world, when they do finally get to this level here with us, are they going to play at a level that we're expecting them to be? Are they going to be better because they're taking a different tactic than we are? Or are we just going to dominate because this is the home of Speed QB?
I wanted to touch on that. So shout out to all the teams that are coming down for tournament, that are traveling out here for tournament. I talked to my boy Jay and Alex over there from CY Airsoft, coming from the SS from Atlanta, and they're established over there playing Speed QB. One thing though is that I had a conversation with them. Their field is smaller than ours.
Yeah.
And to any of the teams traveling out here, if you are playing on a smaller field or if it isn't to scale, just know that. Walk the field.
Right.
Know the angles, study the field, watch teams play, because it is a different game. It definitely is a differerent game. Yeah, they are, and it's
also like this worldwide or whatever, whether it's within this country, you guys gotta come bring it to Cali, because I'm sorry, we're all from Cali and we represent Cali, and this is where it was born. So, that's the only.
I mean, you guys don't want the belt to leave the state. That's the thing. I get it. You guys want
and we're prepared to go out of state too to get it back if that happens.
Yeah. But the big thing, I know just from highlight videos only show so much from those other states. I mean, till you get down here and experience, I'm another tip that you're going off of. If you guys are coming in early for the tournament, if you're going to be here Friday, Saturday, come play on the field. Because
they are actually. I was talking to the captain from the guys from SS, and they're going to be coming out that Friday. So
yeah,
we're going to be showing them.
They're not going to. You're not going to get the full scale of what the Speed QB field is, but you can at least play on the half, see the bunkers, see what the snake looks like in
the size of the field, the distance.
Yeah, yep. Because honestly, I mean, they have an unfair advantage. You guys have been playing on this field for the past year now. And every month, and I mean, even every day that you come and play that's not a Speed QB day, you're still getting used to this field. You're used to the concrete under your feet here.
I got an email from the guys from VIP asking the dimensions of our Center X and things of that nature, because they have a regional coming up, I think, in November after the tournament. So I'll probably be making a trip. I think the schedule will be coming out soon too. Yeah, so I'm going to be making a trip out to them and probably SS as well. But my suggestion is, if they don't have the space for 5-on-5, as far as the speed of the game too, I would probably go 3-on-3 and try to duplicate the speed. And if you could nail it down with 3-on-3, then it's an easier jump from 3-on-3 to 5-on-5, because you're going that same pace, right? Or push yourselves to like time limits, right? So that you have to go faster. This Sunday, some of the Cali teams, they were running out. I think the first time I've ever seen, maybe at least 5 games, their time ran out.
Yeah, it was when we played against SOAS, and we ran out.
Yeah.
It's going fast. So that tells me a few things. That tells me that the competition from top to bottom is tougher, right? Because it happens some of the better teams Sunday as well. But it also tells me that, and I think I talked to you about this, like sooner or later, guys are going to be adding some kind of time device or something to keep track of time.
Yeah, shift words.
Because the worst feeling in the world, right, is to know you left points on the board and time ran out.
We do have another question coming in. How can we grow tournaments to more states? Just an easy one. Email us at speedqb.com or at taxcityairsoft@gmail.com, and definitely reach out to us, because we want to hear from all your different fields. We want to know what you guys, and then we can try to grow this across the board to all those places. You got something to add to that?
Yeah, and then Sonny and us, we've traveled together before to certain locations. We've been touring ever since like 2016 in an effort to do some outreach, because a lot of these fields, they see it, they want to do it, but they don't have the experience or the know-how as to how we did it, right? So if you guys are interested, by all means, either email Sonny at taxcityairsoft@gmail.com. You can hit me up directly on Instagram, or you can hit any of us up, actually. And then
we'll get you all in the right direction.
We're like, where are we going now? We're going to South Carolina in December.
South Carolina, me, D, Mo, and Maggot.
I think we're going to Toronto. Yeah.
And this is all by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Just as
Cool.
outreach.
Yeah, I'm heading to Utah at the end of the month. Gonna go check out their fields and kind of like. Do you guys get
Rad?
I'm gonna go see Rad. Yeah. if I can meet up with him. I already reached out to him, kind of thing. But they say you should write a tournament guidebook.
Book.
Speakyb.com/format. Control P.
PQB page. Book is like
Yeah.
a page. I mean a pamphlet.
Noah comes in saying, are there going to be flags for the tournament? I know we've discussed penalty flags from the referees. But and then
I think we can do that.
yeah. And
So because a lot of times, like I said, especially we don't want to call stop the game or affect the game with penalties, but for spectators and for know that if we throw a flag, something's going to get called.
Yeah. And then he made the comment,
The
penalties
timing
are
of it
assessed.
might tell them that okay, they did catch
Good
that.
for the spectators too.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
confirm the outcome after you talk to the ref after
So
the
yes,
game. But
answer
yeah,
is yes.
but so yes, we'll work on something for a tournament for sure. So that is something coming. SYG coming to NorCal. That comes Jimmy Warsong. Sorry. Says SYG. Hey man.
Send your hate mail to Derek at.
SYG coming to NorCal at any point.
I mean, we've been wanting to.
I know we've been
Well,
talking
no,
to
okay,
CQB
so
City.
CQB City is because they came out here and visit. Was it a month ago? A couple of months ago?
Just when we got back from the
and,
event.
and yeah, he's very interested in possibly holding one up there, and he's got the space to do it. So
Yes.
I'm going to make a trip up there. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to,
So the way they run their stuff is they actually because they're 60,000 square foot filled, they actually close off back part of their field and play on the outside of their building on the back street that they have, and then they still have their public play during the rest of the day. So it's an interesting thing that you can still have publics, and then you have public seeing what's going on over there. Well, what are they doing? And it's all set up out there. So it's kind of cool when they were talking about it. But I definitely want to get up there when they actually do.
they
the
sounded
tournaments
very
and all that.
interested in doing
Yeah.
it. It's like, hey, can we have that up here? I think we can do that. We'll talk. So.
You guys have been up north already, right? Haven't you? Didn't you go?
That's where actually the first time I met Dom was up north. Or when I first knew about him was up there. He went there by himself and we went there as a team as ML to go play. And we ran into him and then that's when we started talking to him more like, oh, we can play with him when we go back to Cali. And we started going from there.
I heard you guys did some damage out there.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We're not allowed to play up there anymore.
It was that North versus South game that they had.
Is that a CQB or GamePod? GamePod.
It was North versus South, and us we went up to represent South. MIA was there too.
Oh jeez.
Together, oh my god.
Yeah, that
Jeez.
was devastating, and we pushed so far up that they said, "All right, you guys got to go back."
So that's interesting.
That
Just the
happened a
difference
couple
between
times
Southern
for us when we were
California
up there.
and North California.
North
Imagine
South
another
California.
state, another country, right?
Well, just in
That's just 3 teams.
yeah, just in field in general. When we were up there, they're all very hardcore tactical. The
Methodical.
not CQB City, GamePod. They're so spaced out,
Yeah.
and it's oh man,
They're
you
not
can
used to,
make a
right in your
run
face
so
right out of the
quick,
gate,
yeah.
right?
Here, you got to check every corner, everything. I'm there is no corners to check. I can, yeah.
Trying to walk you down.
They're all walking building to building, taking their time, clearing rooms, and
Yeah.
and all they see is a shadow.
A shadow
go
jump,
across it
running
and go
across.
across the
Yeah.
full
Feel a
street.
stitch down the side. Where
They'll-
did that come from?
That's just how fast Southern Cali is, I'd say.
We have Outcast Manus joining us here saying SYG coming to
What's
New
up?
Zealand soon.
Where?
I'll let you know, I'm really fond of wine from New Zealand, so
That-
really good. He knows what I'm talking about.
He's also fond of.
He knows what I'm talking
He's also fond of wine in Northern California. Wine in
all the different places you want to go. Where's that wine at, right?
Paris has some pretty good wine.
Let's see. Someone said a new tagging system. That's kind of hard with Airsoft and trying to.
I've seen a few system prototypes.
Yeah, just
I don't wanna wear that shit.
yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And then some of these companies that are doing it, it's $300 to get in. How can the regular player afford that? And then the upgraded gun and then all the stuff that way to get into that. And you rely on the fields, and fields aren't going to spend that money to have. What, on a day we could have 200 people in here times that
Yeah, I
amount
mean,
of gear?
baby
Yeah.
steps. I mean, not baby steps, but one step at a time. We don't want to affect the game, the players, and the play itself too drastically right away, right? I mean, adding too many requirements, like we were talking about the question we posed about tracer units and all that. I like the idea, but obviously a lot of the guns aren't compatible for that, and I don't want to make it mandatory for people to have to change the guns or the equipment that they're used to compete. Down the road, as technology improves and whatever, maybe we can revisit that. But for now, it's kind of back burner stuff.
I like to add to that because the position I play during tournaments, sometimes I don't even use my light. If I know how my gun is shooting and I'm using my sights like everybody should be using,
Yeah.
I can shoot somebody from across the field and somebody on the next barrier won't even know I'm there. And that's what I enjoy. I don't want my tracer extending my pistol longer than it should be.
You don't want more attention on you than you need, right?
Exactly.
Because we were talking about this on the last broadcast.
It's good for the cloud and the videos, but when it comes time for tournament and I want my belt around my waist, I don't care about.
There's moments of stealth in such a hectic game. There are still moments of stealth that you want, and when the opportunities are there, like I was almost like yelling in the broadcast, like where guys were like,
There's a couple times
they were hidden and they had the advantage, like a 1-on-2 whatever, and instead of like just one shot taking that guy, whatever, they decide, oh, I see a guy, and then the guy shoots him. Like, why did you? I mean, just tone it, stealth. There's moments.
Footage out there. A lot of people want this reaction of, oh, I missed
Well,
it.
I mean,
Footage,
not,
but no
not
belt.
Just footage,
Yeah,
but
footage, but no belt.
at the same time,
What
it's
are you
not
playing
just
for?
footage, but it's confidence in your shot. A lot of these guys don't have confidence in their shot, so they need to take 10 shots to hope one hits that range kind of thing. You good?
Not that much space.
And then sometimes, I don't know, a lot of people are wearing a lot of gear and stuff sometimes. Sometimes you got to put a couple more shots into people, or, if someone's not calling their hit or whatever, you want to make sure they call it, so you're trying to put in 4 or 5 shots into somebody.
Yeah.
Split seconds count, and you get shot by somebody else doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst feeling in the world is to shoot a guy, and whether he spins on you or, it's the worst feeling in the world, right?
Yeah. And so I know we've had that addressed a couple times with the teams on here, how we're going to address. It's rely on the refs to make those calls kind of thing, play on, and if you feel you got shot, walk off, because you don't want the penalty to go on you in that kind of sense. But the refs are there to do their jobs, and we'll definitely be making sure those calls are called.
And another thing, if there's pattern, the ways things are set up, there won't be patterns with particular players or teams, because if we miss once, the odds are if they're cheaters, they're going to do it again. They're going to get caught, and the penalty is going to be swift. So, we're set up where there won't be any patterns. We're just habitual cheaters.
Yeah.
It just can't and won't happen.
Yeah. We do have a question coming in.
Nice way to put it.
What are false starts equivalent to? I guess it's because a false start's a minor penalty.
Right. So and again, with penalties, the goal is we don't want to have to call penalties, right? What most likely we'll do is we'll give them one, like in track, we'll give them one. Okay, false start happens again, then we'll give them a point penalty.
Yeah.
But as far as
honestly, I don't know of a lot of false starts.
we haven't had any.
I think in the previous tournament, did we even have a
I
false
think
start?
people just wait for the whistle. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it.
You don't hear that whistle. Yeah.
The only time we had false starts was when there was 2 games going on and one had a
Yeah, we've had that a couple.
But and
trainers
that's
get
during
it.
tournament, it's only the one game going on. So that I do understand that kind of situation, but it's one of those things. Yeah. Okay, but no other questions necessarily coming in here.
So there's another clarification as far as the starting gate, right? And we hopefully made this clear to most of the teams, is I don't care where your feet are or where your hands are, as long as the barrel of your gun, whatever it may be, is touching the wall.
Yeah.
So your feet can be 3 feet. If you have a long rifle 3 feet away, you still got to swing that rifle around. The business end has to be touching that wall. So I want to make that very clear. So however you want to position your body is up to you, as long as the barrel's touching the pistol or otherwise. And I've seen some crazy, contortionists and like, man, why are you even just switch your feet, because they're wanting across their body, and it's like they don't realize yet that just getting your gun to your sights can be an eternity or very smooth and
There's a
efficient.
lot of technical stuff that I think people really aren't aware of yet.
Not yet.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk about it.
That's true.
Fundamentals are key, no matter what. Especially
Little
as the sport
things.
grows, fundamentals, whether it's snap shooting, stuff like that, where people might not
see a lot of players who are just will religiously not shoot left-handed.
Oh yeah.
And
Shooting
they,
offhanded.
yeah, or shooting off.
Yeah.
They'll just shoot right-handed, and they'll come into a left-hand barrier shooting right-handed. You can easily take them out.
We see teams when they switch sides, like the same player will play, he'll go the opposite side because it seems like because he can't shoot, he's only
Yeah,
right-handed or
has to play
left-handed.
the right
You
side.
should be able to play the. So optimally, if like the snake's on this one side, and you switch sides, play that same side because you know those bunkers that well,
Yeah.
right?
In fact, it's a requirement for
That's
players
good.
to be able to do that. I would never put someone on a team that can't shoot.
That's ridiculous.
With no chance.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you gotta
Learn how to shoot
you
with
gotta be
both
able
hands.
to
That's
work
important.
with a rifle, with a pistol, with a shotgun, with a springer, anything. You know, like doesn't I mean,
I'll pick up a BB with my left hand.
if you have skill and experience, you can do anything with any gun, really. You know, you
Well, it's
might
like-
not kill that many people with a springer, but you can embarrass some people with it for sure.
Yeah.
Still can be dangerous. Yep.
So we're getting close to the end of the show. The conversation was going great. I didn't want to stop it to ask you more questions. We just kept going. But I do want to give you guys a moment to kind of address anything you guys want to bring up, clarifications, anything that maybe you want to get out there to the rest of the guys out there in the Speed QB format. But give you guys just a moment to kind of get that out there.
First of all, I just want to thank all the teams that have participated this season, previous seasons. Obviously, without you guys, the sport wouldn't be what it is today.
100%.
And to the future players, like you guys are more than welcome. Don't feel
Intimidated.
yeah.
Yes.
You might come off as like jerks sometimes, but that's on the field. You know, like off the field, we're all every team, not just SYG, but like every team. We're very personable and
Approachable.
That's coming out of state, from out of the country. Like, well, we already know most of them, but yeah, I just like to see more of you guys come out, and I just want to thank everybody for supporting Speed QB, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the teams. you know.
Absolutely.
And of course, Sunny and Tax City, and then now all the fields that are, you know,
Jumping on board.
jumping on board,
Yeah.
having events under the Speed QB banner. And I think in the next year or two, there's gonna be a lot of growth. I'm very excited. Us and Sunny, we've been planning a lot of stuff, and I'm not gonna give anything away, but there's a lot of stuff coming down the line.
I think with these teams coming out of state, once they have this experience and go back home, it's going to help light a fire as well.
For sure.
Noah, if you go back to the beginning of the broadcast, we did name all the teams that were going to be there. There's 24 total teams there, so you can go back and watch that. It's probably about 5 minutes in, maybe 6 minutes in. We're talking about all that. Yeah.
He signed up.
Yeah. No, he no. I think he just
Some of
wants
the
to
other
hear his
teams.
name, the team name on there. But it's at the beginning, buddy. All teams are there. All right.
So is it-
Anything?
I just feel like for the teams coming through, like the newer teams, you guys should use the last 2 weeks to play, like really get your synergy up and running for the tournament. Because if you got no synergy out there on the field, then you're gonna crumble. You're gonna crumble out there.
And you gotta fly over here. And you, and you gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, I'd say stay healthy. Some people don't realize that you have to be somewhat active to. This is technically still a sport, you know.
Yeah.
You can't be unhealthy and expect to go out there and give your all and come up short and wonder why you came up short, you know.
I guess touching on that, I was sick last tournament. I ended up getting surgery literally the next week. So to touch on that, health is wealth. Take care of your bodies. This, again, you have to be somewhat active to play this. We're running, jumping, sliding. We're out here, doing weird maneuvers that the typical athlete really wouldn't even do. So, stretching is key. Just take care of your bodies and treat it like a sport. And then when it comes to tournament time, just have fun. That's the main thing. If I can get anything out there, I know we're all here to be competitive. It is a competition. 24 teams, five people per team. That's a lot. That's a lot of heads here. And I know it can get kind of heated. But don't forget, we are out here to compete, but at the same time, we're all out here to have fun too. So that's all I got to say.
For sure. In the end, it's all about having fun out here, growing the sport. But I want to give you guys a chance to any shout-outs where they can watch some of your guys' videos, check you guys out on social media, any of that stuff out there.
Hey, I'm cool with having fun and all that, but I've had my fun with Airsoft. I'm just there to crush people. So when you see me on October 14th,
Wait, are you
Is
playing?
that a new
I'm
nickname?
playing.
Crusher?
I thought you were. I thought you were on the coach side of things already. You're actually still.
well,
Gonna be,
so yes, and I do have to step in sometimes to show these guys how it's supposed to be done.
Oh, okay.
I gotta remind them.
Oh,
You know,
Okay.
and then hey, that's my job.
Like, remember that sniper 1v1?
Oh yeah.
You
You got me.
yeah.
You got me. Pretty embarrassing.
Social media.
Social media, where can they find out more from you guys?
Well, all of us have our own respective
Okay.
Instagram pages. We have some of them have multiple accounts, but you can at SYG Airsoft, at SpeakQB. The easiest way to, if you have to guess, it's usually SYG dot whatever their name is and their number. So for me, it's SYG dot Sapo dot 45. SYG dot Sosa dot 30.
SYG.Poseidon.06.
And then syg.demo.25. And at the demo.
And you can also see you on YouTube as well. Do you guys have other YouTube channels? But go ahead, your YouTube channel.
YouTube channel is youtube.com/thedemo. And there's actually a speaking video on there. I have a lot of people watch it and use it to study. But that's another reason why I put it out there is you guys can go watch that video. If you want to see Sapo and Sosa go one-on-one with snipers on a SpeakQB layout, that's on there as well. But yeah, YouTube is your best friend when it comes to SpeakQB at the moment. And also Tech City. Go on Facebook, check the live streams. To all 24 teams and all the fans, if you guys want to learn more about SpeakQB, there's plenty of videos out there, plenty of content out there to watch. So.
Yeah.
And I also want to plug Sosa's YouTube channel. Doesn't get as much attention, but he posts videos on there too. And most of us on SYG have YouTube pages, Instagram pages. You can go catch the content. So and also the SpeakQB.
Yeah, and I know we've put you guys waiting on the SYG YouTube and as well as the SpeakQB YouTube. Make sure you visit there. We got a lot of projects coming up. We have a new editing team behind the scenes, so I'm pretty excited for what's about to come out. So pretty soon those are gonna drop. We'll let you guys know. And just thanks for showing us love, and thank you for all the support.
As you mentioned earlier, we are a sport. I mean, as a community, if we don't take it serious, no one's gonna take us serious. So we all need to come together and just take this serious.
No. Let me back up what I said. I know we all are here to have fun, but of course it is a tournament, so naturally we're gonna have to compete. Sure. SYG is definitely gonna be going hard. I want to see all the other teams going hard too. But after all things are said and done, don't let anything go off the field and get bigger than what it is. Because I see a lot of you guys have seen the drama out there before. A lot of people talk, a lot of teams talk, and it shouldn't get anything bigger than what it is. So.
It's just friendly competition.
Yeah, and so let's compete, and that's all I gotta say.
All right, guys. Definitely went a little long here today, but we do appreciate you guys joining us. All you guys, SpeakQB, SYG, we've got one more week before tournament. We'll be talking a lot next week for episode 96. But this has been episode 95 of Attack City Live. Thank you guys again for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.